get the show started!
...87,8 kilo för jakt och Joker Hermansson från Oslo via Uddevalla. Och sist ut, den svenska superstjärnan från Stockholm via Tjetjenien, KHAMZAT CHIMAEV! Cirka 90 kilo.
Obviously a tough loss for you against Brunson.
Yeah, very tough.
And I appreciate you taking the time, Darren. And we'll get this out of the way, and then we'll have a laugh. But how are you doing since then?
I'm good, mate. As you know, I stayed in Vegas after the fight, Mike. I just wanted to have a little bit of alone time and a little bit of a different change of scenery, and train in different circumstances. But mate, I'm good. Listen, losses are part of life, and you have to take them losses. And that was a tough loss to take. No disrespect to Derek, he was the better man on the night, but it was a tough loss to I know I can win that fight easily, on my best day, and that's just it, mate. And I know it sounds so cliche, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and it's all these things, mate. They're just aligning for a better thing for me, and it's I enjoyed the setbacks, and this is another setback, and I don't want to have another setback ever again in my MMA career, man.
Down 3 on the back 9.
A lot of money.
5 to go, baby. Not nervous at all.
Sure. That means you're getting better. If that's a true score,
it was my true score.
Better. Well, yes, it was.
But I had like 9s and 8s. It was bad.
You conceded #1, so you could have been at 60.
When you're shooting like 130, bro. You got so much better.
Sounded good. You happy with that?
You already did. Yeah, you only get like a 2-minute courtesy.
DC shot. Can't find his ball. Justin's following him around very, very closely, making sure. Yeah. That's a stroke, DC. Big shot for Justin Gaethje. What's on the line, bro?
Be quiet. Hey, pop etiquette, bro. Oh, the music's perfect, bro.
Come on.
Oh, my bad. Give him that gas. Oh, come on. Nice.
Water?
Yeah.
Is it good? No?
Water.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I saw it, Jack.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you one thing I'm not doing is fighting HAMZAT CHIMAEV. I'm definitely not fighting him because it's such a bad style matchup. And like you said, Ron, why should he have to fight again?
Exactly.
He hasn't lost in 10 fights. And honestly, if he would have waited, he probably could have fought Kamaru Usman anyways. He was next in line. He just took the Masvidal fight. But let's not go crazy here. And I put a video out the other day about Leon Edwards, and honestly, he's fought, Ryan. He fought Bilal Muhammad.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the fight was stopped because of an eye pull.
Yep.
He fought Nate Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
He was signed up up to fight Jorge Masvidal all this year. So it's not like Leon isn't willing to fight.
Right.
Leon wants to fight. Leon wants to be in there fighting. And by being willing, by having that win streak, by being undefeated in 10 fights and still willing to take these fights, it gets you good favor with the organization.
Okay.
So now I think it's time for him to just sit and wait, Ryan. He's got his title shot. And honestly, Rocky's a friend of mine. He's a good guy. But with the way Kamaru Usman has fought lately, sometimes what you're asking for is not what you want. Now, Leon feels, Leon feels.
Watch what you ask for. You just might get it.
You just might get it, right? Like, you want a title fight, okay. Now you got to fight the Nigerian Nightmare. But Leon feels like because Usman has done so well with his hands, that gives him more of an opportunity.
Right.
Because he thinks that Usman's fallen in love with the hands, and by him falling in love with the hands, he makes himself more vulnerable to a guy that has fantastic striking like Leon Edwards.
Let's say they were going to make this Burns versus Chimaev fight. If Chimaev is able to beat a guy like a Gilbert Burns, ranked number 2 right now, should he be able to get fast-tracked to a title shot, in your opinion?
Man, you know, that's a tough thing for Leon Edwards, you know, because there is a recency bias in this sport. And I have to tread lightly when I talk about Leon Edwards, because I know how I would feel if I was in his position. Like, yes, there is a certain stretch of inactivity within, you know, these last couple of years with him, like certain things that were in his control and certain things that were out of his control. He had no control over the pandemic and being stuck in England and things like that. But I feel like when the UFC gave him that Nate Diaz fight, they're like, this is your chance to go out and really put a stamp on a guy like Nate Diaz, which is not easy to do. Nate's extremely durable. But if he could have went out there and had that big statement win, I feel like he really could have cemented his spot. But Nate snatched that from him in the closing moments of that fight. So it's hard for me to say, because I know if I was in Leon's spot, I know how I would feel. But I also know how the machine works. And if they really make a KHAMZAT Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns fight, and KHAMZAT could go out there and win, you know, I think that he could be the guy that fights next. But you also have to understand that fight should happen under the pretense that if KHAMZAT loses and Burns wins, how do you not put Burns back into a title fight? You know what I mean? He loses to Kamaru Usman, beats a Wonder Boy, beats a KHAMZAT Chimaev. You can't deny the guy. So it's a tough spot for Leon Edwards, because if that fight happens, there is a chance he could look past again.
Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.